Hey everybody, so lesson 4.1, parallel lines and transversals. Just wanted to kind of go through the notes with you really quick to help explain a few things. So we've got to recall some older information. What are parallel lines? Those are two lines that are never going to intersect each other. A transversal is a line that would cut through the parallel lines. So you can see off to the side here that lines M and N are the parallel lines, where line L is the transversal. It's the one that cuts through the parallel lines. So when that transversal cuts through the lines, it causes all these angles to appear. We've got 8 different angles. You also have to recall some older information. What is an acute angle? What is an obtuse angle? So an acute angle is an angle that's less than 90 degrees. So if I'm making the shape with my hand, it's one that would be kind of closing like this. You can see that angle 2 is acute, angle 4, angle 6, and angle 8. Where obtuse is when it opens up to be wider or greater than 90 degrees. And so you're looking at angles 1, 3, 5, and 7 to be obtuse. All right. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because on the back side of these notes, when I say if they look the same, they are the same, what I mean is if they're both acute or they're both obtuse. Where if they're not the same, meaning one's acute and one's obtuse, then that's when you have this other situation. They're supplementary. We'll talk about that in a moment. Okay, so naming the pairs of angles. You can see here angle 5 and angle 6. Angles 5 and 6, those are just side by side. Those are what's called a linear pair or supplementary angles. Also notice that 5 is obtuse and angle 6 is acute, right? Those are equal to 180 degrees total, but notice that 5 and 6, they kind of make a straight line. Angle 5 combined with angle 6, it's just a straight line here. So if you ever hear how many degrees is a straight line, it's 180 degrees. Okay, angle 1 and angle 3. All right, here's angle 1, here's angle 3. Anytime that you have angles that are opposite of each other, kind of like facing in opposite directions, notice angle 1 is going out that way, angle 3 is coming this way, but they share the same vertex, right, the same point there, that's when they're known as vertical angles. And this symbol right here, this represents the word congruent. It means that they're equal, they're the same measure, right? And that kind of goes to that statement I was saying on the back side of this paper. If they look the same, they are the same. Notice that this is an obtuse angle, and so is this one. If they look the same, then they are the same. And that's only for this specific situation of parallel lines and transversals. All right, we can't just take any random lines in a transversal. It's got to be parallel lines. Corresponding angles, okay, angle 2 and angle 6. So angle 2, it's facing kind of up and to the right. Angle 6 also facing up and to the right. Those are corresponding angles. Another pair of corresponding angles, you'd have like angle 1 and angle 5, or maybe if they're facing down, angle 3 and angle 7, angle 4 and angle 8. Those are all corresponding. Those are also congruent because they look the same. Alternate exterior, I'm sorry, I abbreviated it, but alternate exterior angles, angle 2 and angle 8. Notice that angle 2 is on the right-hand side of the transversal, where angle 8 is on the left-hand side of the transversal. That's what they mean by alternate or alternating. They're on one side of the transversal and the other side of the transversal. They're alternating. They are exterior because they're both on the outside of the parallel lines. So here's the parallel lines. Angle 2 and angle 8 are on the outside of those parallel lines. All right, so alternate exterior. So that means that we also are going to have alternate interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 5. They alternate sides of the transversal, but they're both on the inside of the parallel lines. So they're alternate interior. Both alternate exterior and interior are both congruent. Same side interior, 3 and 6. All right, so if we look at 3 and 6, notice they're on the same side of the transversal, but they're both inside of the parallel lines, so same side interior. Angle 4 and angle 5 are also same side interior. Angle 2 and 7, those are same side exterior. They're on the same side of the transversal, but they're on the outside of the parallel lines. And if we go back to the interior, angle 3, that's obtuse. Angle 6, that's acute. They're not the same. That's the reason why they're equal to 180 degrees together. They're combined to equal 180. Same with the same side exterior.